Welcome to Expectations Gap. Joining me today is Alexander Levit, a global marketing leader with a track record of scaling B2B and B2B2C growth across industries like fintech, SaaS, and 3D printing. From building high-impact teams to rebranding companies in record time. He's all about turning marketing into trackable revenue. With over 15 years of working in international startups and enterprises, Alex brings a data and result-driven mindset as well as a deep insight into how tech, marketing, and leadership converge in the age of AI. Alex, welcome to Expectations Gap. Excited to have you here.
Thank you, Omneya. You heard, by the way, that text was written by my mom. I hope it passed well.
It's great. Starting from there, so what is AI for you? And maybe also for your mom.
It's a world, it's a domain, a dimension. It's a good question, right? AI for me is an extender of the body. It's like a layer that allows you to be more efficient in whatever you want to do. The whatever is the ethical challenge, and everything else is pretty much, it's what we expect from it, right? So from doing your taxes to doing your strategy plan to doing your recipe, you will use pretty much the same tool. It's a very, very diverse practice.
I really like the how you defined it. Is it an extension of yourself? Because then if you're talking about the ethical part, it will be also as an extension of your ethics. So
it would be. You invent a car, you invent car accidents.
Yeah. Can you tell us about your role and how it intersects with AI then?
Well, I'm head of marketing, right? So my job is everything from lead generation to brand positioning to, overseeing product marketing, the whole thing, basically. The way that we work currently, so we don't have a very strong AI program, but we are all AI enthusiasts. So we're all checking out different tools. We have like our IT filter, is this legal? Yes or no? This is our question pretty much. So we're using it primarily to fact check ourselves, to do some research, to have a sparing partner, sometimes to write initial ideas for texts. We never publish AI texts, but working on a version, the first sentence, the first paragraph is the hardest one to write.
Yeah.
So it just pushes you beyond it. So primarily for productivity.
That's very interesting. So yesterday it was the first time for me to try out the presentation mode of it. How can you write like the idea, and then there's Gamma AI, and it generates presentation, and it was very good because of the point that you're talking about. It's kind of giving me an idea of how this could be, and then I edited a lot. But as a starting point, because you're sometimes blocked and you cannot.
Exactly. You're like, about us. No, this is not interesting. You just need that someone, like, to get you out of this dark space of this wall. Like,
Yep.
okay, this is it. You know what? I disagree. Why don't I disagree? Once I know why I disagree, I know better what I agree with. Right?
Yep.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cool. So, and how do you see AI influencing your industry when you're talking about marketing, for example?
Well, I can talk about marketing industry or other. Let's talk about marketing industry. Marketing is an industry. I guess would be the. So marketing is an industry. I mean, that's the stigma, right? AI will replace us all, although it's not true. But for some reason, they don't say that about engineers. I mean, they do say that about physical work and about automation, but it reached marketing, right? So it will influence once you do something in-house. You don't take that consultant, you don't take that freelancer, you don't take that that agency, you take those entities, but on smaller scope, scale, you are faster in what you want to do. You're also coming more focused. So it does change the tempo, it does change the pace, it does change the spending also, which potentially can shrink the industry. So less people will find their place in it. What's important is also to understand that AI is a tool, right? So the internet will not replace us all, right? AI will not replace us all. You still have those weak spots in AI which you need to master. It's just a different, very, very wide range of tools which allow you to achieve more. And the modern marketer, the modern professional, understands that that person doesn't know everything and doesn't have the tools also to grasp everything. So you do need that help. You do need to be faster. Yes, you do amazing presentations. Gamma, go for it. You will do this amazing presentation in half of the time.
Yeah. Have you experienced an expectations gap with AI? So either with its capabilities when it didn't align with what it was promised or what it did promise, or it did actually surprise you from a successful perspective that it delivered more than you expected?
For both, I have positive
Yeah.
answers. I mean, look, expectations gap. Let's talk about the negative, because why not? Let's be one of those gossipy people, So I started using this tool, which is oriented. I will not mention the name, which is oriented towards writers and writing teams, content teams, to generate content. And I heard really, really great reviews. And it was a little bit before the big ChatGPT LLM boom, right? So my team was using it. Then in the new place, I said, okay, my team used it. They were very happy. Let's get it. Let's see how I can use it, because it was also experimental. So I said, let's just experiment and test it. It was not better than ChatGPT, the free version, the three, the free and free. So it was not better. And I'm like, okay, well, this tool just fell. Out of it, you can do quite a lot of things like this, right? So if you compare your basic functions of what you're looking from a ChatGPT API or ChatGPT itself, or Gemini or Claude, or everybody else pretty much, you can achieve really, really a lot. Also, if you have some technical skills, you potentially will be able to build upon it better than off-the-shelf tools. So,
but so the failure that you had is that it did not help you at all in the generation.
It did not help me. No, it was a replacement. It was a paid version for something that I can get for free.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is becoming more often, I think, because also a lot of smaller companies or brands, they're trying to get faster money by giving you like a promise that they will deliver more in a way, and that they're trying to get fast cash out of it.
But the industry just started. That's, we're in that stage of the industry. Soon it will become, I mean, it's already wild of how many AI companies you have, but I guess we're also more in the beginning. And at some point, the consolidation stage, it will shrink.
Yeah.
So there will be market leaders. There will be the Salesforce of AI.
Yeah, and the Salesforce is everywhere. So,
avoid it.
Yeah. And what is then surprising? What was in a positive way? What did it deliver way better than you expected?
Yeah, I have only common tools. You know what? No. So I work in 3D printing, and I don't 3D print, let's say, well, or know how to 3D print.
Okay.
And I bought this 3D printer, the small one, which is also very well known in the community. It's really, well, to be fair, it's great. And I started sending like prints from my phone. Like a friend of mine told me, look, my 2-year-old can do it. And he literally gave his phone to his 2-year-old. He chose a toy that he wanted and sent it to print. It's not AI, it's not anything. It's just an app, right? And then I said, okay, well, in that case, I can design also. So I started looking for text to STL file, which is the 3D file that you need. And I managed to like design several, primarily toys or like different designs, different random stuff. but it's also the beginning. And this is somebody I don't know how to do really anything, really bad. And suddenly I started designing, I started scaling, printing, using the software, understanding the technology better, because this initial barrier was too much. And then I was like stuck in the printer. I went to an LLM model website, which is well
Yeah.
known, and asked, "What's up? What's going on? Look, this is took the picture. This is what it does." Instead of sitting like all day on the, it's not all day. Like capable people
Uh-huh.
can do that in minutes, but I don't know really what I'm looking for.
Yeah, so
So
you don't need to read all the manual and checking what's then hanging there.
it's just so easy. It's just so easy. You're suddenly you're cut. You don't need that. You can reach that point. You just need a lot more time and will and motivation. And for me in the past, it would be like, okay, I don't do. It's not like,
Yeah,
okay, let's work harder and let's do it. No, I don't do.
yeah. Yeah. But this is so cool because then you're not only being creative, you're being also productive in the creativity process.
Exactly.
Interesting.
You don't waste your time on like little things which don't matter.
Jumping to the job market.
Yes.
Do you think AI will be changing the job profiles? So you said it can be shrinking the industry, for example, from for the marketing landscape, but is it going to change the job profiles as well?
Necessarily, um, necessarily and everywhere in every job profile. If you're an event manager, you will need to use AI on some level, something which is a very physical, like if I'm talking about marketing, it's considered to be a little bit more has physical touch, let's say. Everyone will be required to know AI at least at the basic, and if they don't know AI, they will not be able to find good enough solutions in good enough time. So the expectation of output will be adjusted to people who use AI. So I don't expect you to take 3 days and do the research. I expect you to take an hour and do many deep searches, and then come back to me. If you don't do that, well, dude, you're slow.
Yeah,
So
because the technology is there, so you're becoming slow.
exactly. It's like sending an email with a fax. Yes, yes, the other person on the other side will read it. Is it what we want?
I don't know. I really don't know because sometimes when you take even deeper or longer time to process the information that you researched, it gives you more insights. But now it's becoming that you need to process also fast because the amount of information that's coming into you is very fast. So it's based on your processing power. How can you link the information? How can you conclude on things? And people are expecting you to do this fast because you have your baseline of input. Your
Yeah,
extension, your brain extension is should be giving you
it
like,
will come to that. We're not there yet, but it will come to that.
and then what would be your advice, either to companies or individuals on how to adjust if you're saying it will take time that we reach this phase?
How to adjust? Look, it's not like start using AI or start. Do, it's about curiosity. What this thing, which is so spoken, and to be fair, it's so spoken that it gets out of everywhere already. It's almost boring. What can it really do? What can it contribute? Is it really worth like this? I I taught my mom to check her. It's really, I'm sorry for every data person who watches, or regulation, to check her medical on ChatGPT, just to say, because she didn't know what does that mean. What does that mean? So scan it, say what does that mean. What should I ask? What is within the norm? What is not? Like, this is stuff that you can also ask the doctor. Will you ask all those questions? Maybe not. Will you know better where to focus? Will you sound like a little bit more intelligent when asking, and not saying, what will I die from? You have flu, man.
No, you will not. Yeah, be realistic.
A car.
Nothing. Yeah, probably. And this is then the majority. Yeah, so
So,
it's
so yeah, yeah, I think the every technology will succeed if more use cases will be found, and those use cases are not technology driven. It's not, there's AI, let's see. It's, maybe I want to learn a new skill. Maybe I want to save time on, I don't know, something small. Like nobody needs to use it all the time for everything. There are some things that you don't know. You would Google it. It's not like you would go to the ancient scriptures and start reading them with a candlelight. You will Google it. You will read somebody else's information. So instead of reading one source and saying, I know it, read, well, at least 3, 4. You can deep search. You can search 60. I don't know, in the future, more. I don't know. Like, the capability is there. It's really, really only the beginning. It's really insane what you can learn there. If you read, I don't know, news, or you read anything on your phone, you can chat factually about some stuff or ask for support. Plan a dinner. You don't take any idea from there, but you still have some kind of a structure. How will that be? What's the logic that it was organized? It helps. It's a sparring partner.
And what are the ethical challenges that you're seeing at the moment?
Well, I was thinking about that question. So, one ethical, well, there are several. One ethical issue would be, I'm sorry, I have to say, data. There's a lot of data which is being uploaded by people, by third-party people, and basically there's no control over data generation and data uploading. It's very, very difficult. The second thing, I'm thinking about kids. How will they learn? What would make them learn? Like, when we were kids, we had to, like, there was TV, sure, for some there was computer, but you still needed to read. You don't need to read today. It's like, hey, okay, Google, what does it say this? Alexa, whatever, just you have so many devices which can read out to you, can write, can do whatever. I'm planning my wedding now. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm communicating with suppliers in Greece, great country, in Greek, in native Greek.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because this was not available a couple of years ago, for sure.
No, I mean, you could do Google Translate and then somebody would read it and say, here's somebody who used Google Translate. No, people are shocked. Like, you don't speak at all Greek. And yasas, So
yeah, it's putting everything in context, because the translate apps or the translation apps was kind of one-to-one word, but now it's putting things more into context. And if you're doing wedding stuff, I would assume that it's making the email more nice and cute and flowery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, let's work together. Be nice to me on the invoice. Please be nice.
Yeah. And okay, what would be one myth that you bust about AI?
That you need to get a tool and it will bring value. I bust about it on many tools and also AI. Understand what's the business problem, understand what the process or the blocker or the block process or the blocked issue, I don't know, whatever. If you see that there's a chance that AI can improve it, then bring AI accordingly. Not, what would be cool if we can make text into video and then we can make guidance videos. Do you have such a need? Is it part of your program? Because you will divert necessarily its resources. You need to implement. You need to learn how to use it. You need to use it. You need to do there is stuff that you need to do, and people are adjusting their programs or running on their programs without really defining it and bringing tools which don't fit them, which normally are an overkill. Normally, I wouldn't say it's a very common case that you buy a bad tool. You just pay a lot more than you really need to, or you have a tool which is a lot heavier than you actually need to.
And sometimes it doesn't deliver output.
100%. Not every also AI, we're in the beginning of it. Give it some slack. It needs time to grasp roots.
And yeah, I completely agree. So this is my my everyday life. It's like kind of fix the basics or understand the business problem before you say AI should get a solution on things. So even first, there are some basics that needs to be done there.
Yeah, you don't buy the hammer before you find a plot to build a house.
Yes. So now we are standing with the hammer there.
Yeah, okay, what are you doing? Tanning?
So, apart from wedding preparations, a use case that you're using AI for now, what are other use cases that you're
I I have a friend. I haven't implemented it for some reason. Not too much brain. Um, she speaks German with the AI, so she practices German.
cool? That's a
It's
good
a,
idea.
that's a very good idea because some foreigners who come to Germany, it's difficult to grasp German if you're not from a Germanic country or studied it in school, which many people. I'm surprising how many people actually did that. But once you learn it, you understand it. But then practicing it is a little bit difficult because you need that initial safe space to speak, and that safe space is a while, and you need either a very very patient or deaf German speaker, somebody who doesn't get annoyed. "Oh, we spoke about it 100 times." So
That's a very good idea because I see it now. There are a lot of advertising that comes on Instagram that you can talk to an AI. They have now a face, and then you can speak, and so. But like with normal ChatGPT, you can brainstorm in German because sometimes I'm when I'm walking, I'm brainstorming with ChatGPT. So while talking, not texting. So we talk, and he answers me, and we have this kind of interesting discussion. But what you've said now is very cool because then I can try to. I'm not sure if I will do it because sometimes my brain is not working in German, especially on the business side, that I can even brainstorm on it. But with it, but I guess it's interesting try.
mm,
Cool.
definitely, definitely. I wanted to ask you also because I was actually thinking about the ethical question what you
Yeah.
asked. What is from your side? What is your take on the ethical?
So the ethical part has a multiple layers. So in my opinion, there is a part where that you use how do you use AI? Like what's
Yeah.
your intention by questioning AI or by getting data out of AI? Or even like that, are you kind of fair enough, like when you present something that you say that this was a part of it AI generated, or not, or are you using it in a platform where it's allowed to have it on AI, for example, or have AI supporting you or not, things like that. um, this is one level of the ethical part. It's like between you and yourself. And there is a part where the big companies, like how they are getting the data in, what type of data is it, data that is actually eligible for them to use. Because it was interesting when I was researching the topic a bit, that it's all our content, and they've been using it. For example, the emails that we have to write, these very proper emails, so they went into our content. I'm not sure if I gave approval for this.
You know how much you know how much secret companies data is training AI agents right now.
Yeah, so it's really challenging. And I don't know if they, so this is a part where the companies come into place. And then the third part is the community. Like how is it regulated within the community? Is that regulated by people rejecting use cases, for example, like you say, no, I will not approve deep fake stuff, for example, or is it then regulated by the government? And is it then the regulation across governments should be done, or is it like across nations, that we are able to all work in peace, or it's going to be country by country that they will have some variations there? These are all a lot, like I think multi-layered, and it's a discussion that needs to start and keep going. And
The
yeah.
security element, like the security, the crime element of the implications of that of AI, that's insane in my eyes. That's like fertile ground. You have crypto, you have AI, you technically have robotics. You can really do a lot. And fighting it is not jealous. It's like it's a hunt of bots and humans in the digital space. It's
And we should allocate a lot of resources and brains into it, that we are able to get this under control, I would say.
yeah. Yeah.
You have any final words to say?
Yes, I would like to apologize to an AI, to ChatGPT, because once I asked ChatGPT a question and he or she, they, I guess, were dodging the answer and giving me very general, and I was trying to focus and trying to focus and trying to focus, and it was really, really bad. So I told them to stop the conversation, not to stop the conversation. I said, go back to your developer, tell them that you still need work, and this is too much. You're over promising, and you should think about what you're doing before giving an output. So
Okay. And what was the answer?
he said, I think the conversation is over now. Goodbye. So, so
So,
and then I was thinking, oh shit, I'm blacklisted now. And I mean, he does know where I live. He knows everything. Knows everything. Like it can also, come on. So I know that you have access to videos. I would like to apologize. We can start clean sheet. No cursing anymore.
so I support that with Alex. Please don't blacklist him.
Yes,
Thank
please
you.
don't blacklist me, AI.
Thank you so much, Alex, for the
Thank
interesting
you.
conversation.